Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and today we're going to talk about 5 new SPACs that just started trading on Friday. Plus, we're going to speculate on which stocks ARK Invest might include in their new ARKX Space Exploration ETF. Now, if you want to get up-to-date information on new SPACs, you can visit SPACinsider.com. I'll put a link to that website down below. Also, I've got some great news for you. Webull has just extended their 4 free stock promotion for another 2 weeks. So now through the end of January, if you use my link in the description below, you can get 4 free stocks when you sign up on Webull. Plus, if you're still in Robinhood or if your broker doesn't allow you to trade pre-market, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. That's going to give you access to pre-market trading. Plus, you'll get 4 free stocks. All right, for those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 15 YouTubers. I then compile all of my analysis into a single video that I post right here on this channel. I spend hours every day watching YouTube videos so that you don't have to. All you have to do is watch this one video each day and you will get every single stock pick from the top 15 YouTubers. And all I ask in return is that you hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get into today's video, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I follow are financial advisors either. Today's video is purely for entertainment purposes only. Alright, let's get into it. First up is BA, Boeing. Jack Spencer included BA in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX Space Exploration ETF. Obviously, Boeing is in the space industry. They just built a new space crew capsule and had a successful test flight at the end of last year. So ignoring their airplane fiasco and just looking at the space portion of their business for a minute, Jack Spencer thinks ARK Invest will be adding Boeing because ARK Invest will need a good mix of large cap and small cap companies in their ARKX fund. And with Boeing's massive $115 billion market cap, this company looks like a good large cap option. All of that said, BA probably isn't the best stock to buy right now. Jack Spencer just wanted to include BA because he thinks ARK Invest might be adding it to their ARKX fund. Next up is BNGO. Both my financial friend and Ken and Grace explain that just because ARK Invest is selling PACB does not necessarily mean that they are making room for BNGO. ARK Invest has a rule that no one company can take up more than 10% of a portfolio. And since PACB is their largest holding, ARK Invest has to sell some shares to keep the percentage below 10%. That is why they sold PACB. And the same applies to Tesla also. So don't read too much into that. Now let's talk about the future growth of BNGO and whether or not their current price of $8.43 is sustainable. To determine that, we need to look at the highlights from their symposium that they concluded on Friday. The biggest takeaway was that their Sapphire machine is better at diagnosing patients than any other machine on the market today. It also finds variants that other machines miss, which leads to diagnosing more patients. It is also cheaper than the other methods available. So we literally have a company building a better product for less money. And the other important takeaway is that the Sapphire machine is very useful, necessary even, for clinical work. The reason that's important is because ARK Invest said the real money is in clinical work. And to date, BNGO's Sapphire machine has only been used for discovery and research. Now that BNGO has proven the effectiveness of their Sapphire machine for clinical work, their market just expanded exponentially. So what's the price target? At this point, I think Mcash's $30 year-end price target is reasonable. I do expect extreme volatility in the short term, so I can't even begin to make a short-term price prediction. But I will tell you that other YouTubers have a short-term price target of between $10 and $12, although those price targets were given prior to the start of BNGO's symposium, so those numbers might be a little low. Also, I am changing the play on BNGO from a penny stock to a long-term hold. Next up is CCIV. Stock Mode reminded everyone that if the deal to merge with Lucid Motors falls through, this stock will drop to $10. But if the deal does go through and the merger is confirmed, you're going to see the stock go up exponentially. Stock Mode thinks CCIV could go up as high as $40 very quickly. Stock Mode does expect this merger to go through because Lucid Motors needs to go public soon to get cash to start delivering their vehicles. Next up is FCEL. FCEL has dropped back below our buy-under price of $16. Chris Sain says it may continue to go down a little bit further, but now is a good time to get FCEL back on your watch list. We have a buy-under price of $16, an ideal buy-in price of $15, and a price target of $20. Next up is FTFT. Chris Sain recommended FTFT today. He would prefer to buy this below $5, but does not think it will go down that low. So I put a buy-in price of $7 and an ideal buy-in price of $6. Chris Sain did not give a reason why he recommended this stock, and I can see that no news has come out recently. So this is purely a technical play. Technically, FTFT has formed a bull flag, and that usually means the stock will rise in price over the next few days. Since this is a technical play, I'm going to set a low price target of $8. This should be a very short-term play for you. I would be looking for about a 10% to 15% gain over the next few days, and then I would be out of the position. Next up is GILT. This is GILT Satellite Networks. MCash thinks ARK Invest may add GILT to their new ARKX fund. Now, MCash has a nice following on YouTube, and whenever he mentions a stock, it usually jumps up in price pretty fast. So you'll want to buy this one pre-market Tuesday. Of course, if you don't have access to pre-market trading, make sure you open an account on Webull so that you can start trading pre-market. GILT is currently building out a 5G satellite network to provide 5G service to remote areas in undeveloped countries. That means GILT would be a good fit for ARK Invest ARKW ETF as well, which is their next generation internet ETF. Looking at the financials, GILT has a strong balance sheet. My only concern is that GILT's revenues have gone down a little bit over the past 2 years. Technically, GILT has seen good momentum over the past 3 months, so I like this company for that reason also. Next up is IRDM. This is Iridium Communications. Iridium is famous for their satellite phones that are popular amongst business travelers and researchers in remote locations. Jack Spencer included IRDM in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX Space Exploration ETF. ARK Invest is already buying IRDM for some of their other funds. Next up is LMT. This is Lockheed Martin. Jack Spencer included LMT in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX Space Exploration ETF. ARK Invest just started buying LMT for some of their other funds. And of course, Lockheed Martin is involved in the space industry. Next up is LUNA. This is Luna Innovations. They manufacture fiber optics and other technologies for aerospace, amongst other industries. Jack Spencer included LUNA in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX ETF. LUNA grew revenues by 64% last year, and they are profitable. They also have good momentum on the technicals. So whether or not ARK Invest adds LUNA to their new ARKX ETF, I think LUNA would still be a great long-term hold. Next up is MAXR. This is MAXR, and they have been around for a long time. They've been in business since Neil Armstrong landed on the moon. Today, they are focused on satellites across a wide range of services, including communications, Earth observation, radar, and more. Jack Spencer included MAXR in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX Space Exploration ETF. This one is a little more uncertain though, because ARK Invest is not currently buying MAXR, and they have been around for a long time, so they may not be considered innovative enough for ARK Invest. Jack Spencer also does not like the price right now, but he is adding MAXR to his watch list. Next up is MP. This is a rare earth mining company in the United States. I talked about MP extensively in the video I uploaded on January 12th, so please watch that video for more information on this company, because MP is a really good company with a great long-term outlook. Dead Inside gave an update today because China just announced that they are strengthening regulations on the mining and transportation of rare earth materials. China will use these new regulations as leverage in international negotiations. As a result, the United States and other countries are scrambling to create alternative supply chains for rare earth materials. And since MP is the only rare earth mining company in North America, it makes sense that the United States and its allies would start buying more rare earth materials from MP as an alternative to importing rare earth materials from China. Just keep in mind that it will take China about 1 year to implement their new regulations. So this is a long-term catalyst to this stock rather than a short-term catalyst. Next up is MRO, Marathon Oil. Chris Sane likes Marathon Oil because this is an energy play and money is moving into energy stocks right now. This is a momentum swing trade. Wait for the candle to hit the bottom of the channel and then buy. Sell once you see a candle drop below the channel. Next up is NEO. StockMo says the drop we saw Friday was going to be no different than the many other drops we've seen on NIO over the past few months. He said NEO will continue to drop lower, possibly another 5 to 10% down, with China shut down right now. He also said this is a great opportunity to buy NEO, and he does expect a V-shaped recovery once China reopens. Mcash also reminded everyone to be patient and to continue holding NEO for the long term. He also said that he bought more NEO on the dip Friday. Next up is NMTR. This is a pharmaceutical company. They have a drug in phase 3 trials, as well as 2 other drugs in phase 1 and phase 2 trials. The phase 3 trial drug is the one that is a catalyst for this company. As with all pharmaceutical companies, the share price will pop if they get FDA approval, and the share price will tank if one of their trials fails or if they fail to get FDA approval. FDA approval could still be months away, but since multiple YouTubers have now mentioned NMTR, I wanted to remind you of it in case you like playing pharmaceutical companies. Next up is NNDM. ARK Invest's new ARKX fund specifically mentions 3D printing. And since ARK Invest is already buying NNDM for some of its other funds, it makes sense that ARK Invest would add NNDM to its new ARKX Space Exploration Fund. Jack Spencer included NNDM in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX ETF. Next up is NOC. This is Northrop Grumman. Jack Spencer included NOC in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX Space Exploration ETF. This one is a little on the pricey side at $300 a share, and their stock hasn't exactly been performing well lately. But Jack Spencer just wanted to include it because he thinks ARK Invest will add it. Next up is ORTX. This is Orchid Therapeutics. This stock has some interesting dynamics which I covered in my video that I uploaded on January 8th. So make sure to watch that video for more information on this company. Now at that time, Tech Conversations said he would sell the stock if it dropped below $6. But as you can see on this chart, it rebounded off of the $6 support line and has started going back up. They have lots of drugs in their pipeline, 2 of which have already been approved in the European Union, and they are both expected to get FDA approval sometime this year. If this company can get not 1 but 2 FDA approvals this year, we are looking at a significant upside potential on ORTX. Next up is RTX. This is Raytheon Technologies Corporation. Jack Spencer included RTX in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX Space Exploration ETF. At first glance, this might not make sense because Raytheon is a defense contractor focused on weapons and military electronics. But they also develop space technologies. Specifically, they manufacture the spacesuits astronauts use for spacewalks. They also develop satellite software. And in the year 2024, their innovations will be used to develop a sustained presence on the moon in preparation for manned Mars missions. Since the entire purpose of the ARKX fund is to build a space exploration ETF, it makes sense to add RTX to that fund. Next up is SPE, Switchback Energy. StockMo was shocked to see SPE drop over 6% in one day. He reminded everyone holding SPE to vote for the merger so that the merger with ChargePoint can happen. Looking at ChargePoint's revenue projections, they are expecting 60% year-over-year growth. StockMo thinks that could be even higher with Biden coming into office and putting a focus on tax credits for the EV industry. StockMo likes the idea of buying SPE now while it is still risky, rather than waiting until ChargePoint is a more established company. He said you will see much higher gains by buying now. You just need to hold through the volatility. You're going to see days like Friday where the stock drops 6%, but in the long term, holding SPE will be worth it. Next up is SENS. Jack Spencer mentioned this stock today. I reviewed this stock extensively in my top stock picks for January 15th video, so please watch that video for more information on this company, because there are some really good things about this company, and there are also some really bad things about this company. Now at that time, SENS was at $1.20. On Friday, it closed at $1.58, up 31% from when we first mentioned it 2 days ago. Jack Spencer warned against expecting every penny stock to jump up like BNGO did. He said the 31% gain on SENS is a good profit, and he does not recommend buying the stock at the current price. Next up is SPCE. Jack Spencer included SPCE in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX ETF. And this one is kind of a no-brainer, since Virgin Galactic's entire purpose in life is to go to space. Jack Spencer said this is not a stock that you need to rush to get into, because they have very large swings. He thinks buying in at around $22 or $23 would be ideal. Next up is SRAC. This is a SPAC, and they are merging with Momentus. Jack Spencer included SRAC in his list of 10 stocks that he thinks ARK Invest will add to their new ARKX Space Exploration ETF. This one is also a no-brainer, as Momentus builds space delivery vehicles for satellites. Jack Spencer loves SRAC as a long-term hold. Next up is SRNE. This is a pharmaceutical company recommended by Chris Sane. Pharmaceutical stocks are news stocks, so we have to play the news. SRNE has a COVID-19 rapid detection test that they are starting to heavily market. Remember that airlines are now requiring all passengers to have a COVID-19 test performed for all international flights, and rapid COVID-19 tests are allowed for flying passengers. This could be a huge boost to SRNE's earnings, which is why one analyst put a price target on SRNE of $30. So there is a lot of upside potential with this stock, which is why Chris Sane recommends it. They do have a lot of debt though, so I would not recommend holding this long term, as the company may do a stock offering which would put downward pressure on the stock. This is a short-term play. Next up is TSLA, Tesla. StockMo thinks Tesla is just dropping a little bit right now because of the trickle effect of China shutting down and all EV stocks going down. In the long term, though, he thinks Democrats are going to be giving heavy tax credits on electric vehicles, and he does expect Tesla to go up significantly this year. Next up is ZOM. Chris Sane says it's time to buy ZOM again. This is purely a technical play. We have a consolidation that completed Friday, and so the stock has to jump up or down from here. Based upon the continued hype on this stock and the fact that Chris Sane just recommended it, I do think it will break out to the upside. So this might be a good 1 to 4 day hold with a 50% upside potential. All right, next we're going to quickly mention 5 new SPACs that just started trading Friday. First up is EACPU. My financial friend just wanted to let you know about the SPAC in case you were looking for a brand new SPAC to buy. Keep in mind there is no merger target yet. Next up is TBA. Same thing on this one. It's a new SPAC that just started trading Friday. There is no merger target yet. Next up is HCICU. This is also a new SPAC that just started trading Friday. Again, there's no merger target yet, but this SPAC is looking to merge with a renewable fuel developer, which is in the same market as FCEL or PLUG. So this one might become a hype SPAC depending upon who they decide to merge with. Next up is HCCU. This is another new SPAC that just started trading Friday. Again, my financial friend just wanted to let you know about the SPAC in case you were looking for a brand new SPAC. Again, no merger target yet. And again, I just wanted to remind you guys that you can get all of this information off of SPACinsider.com. Not a paid service or anything, it's just a free website that lists information about SPACs. Next up is ADERU. This is the last new SPAC that started trading Friday. Again, no merger target yet. But this SPAC is looking to merge with a gaming or e-commerce business. So this could become a hype SPAC if they end up merging with a company like Skills. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you want to get some free stock, sign up for Webull through my link in the description below. That will help you out and it also helps the channel out. And finally, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading. Remember that the markets are closed on Monday. I will see you tomorrow.